Ah, at last. After 10,000 years, I'm free. Or whatever it is that Rita says. But hello. After a month of working forever, I am here. And, it's draw o'clock. Wouldn't you know it? I didn't mute my phone also. Let's draw some friends. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, though. There we go. How's everybody doing? How you been? I've made it to homie time. It's true. But how have you been, Chinks? Let me zoom in a little so you guys can see what I'm doing. Or actually, let me just use the... Yeah, that's better. You can see that. Okay. Cool. Playing Arceus, nice. Arceus. I'm never quite sure how to pronounce it, to be honest. Something like that. And actually, I think I'll go like this. But how are you liking it? I have a friend who came to visit and played it for like the majority of the time that my friends were over. And it seemed like a nice, refreshing kind of take on the Pokemans. Arceus is wrong? I don't know anymore, man. New favorite Pokemon game. Nice. I'm not sure if I want him to look down or look that way, but that's fine. I'll figure it out later. But it does seem kind of neat. But also at the same time, it's like, I feel like I've played so many Pokemon games in my time. And I'm just like, is this just gonna be another Pokemon? Good enough that you're trying to savor it. Nice. I think I can move this up a little further. Hips are about the same height. Maybe a little higher up. It's not that important. Get rid of that. Put this like here. Very different from the main series. Cool. I want this to be in a way that's not like... Key. Maximus. Hello. Grumpy Pizza also. I did take a break, Key. It was just 2 days though. I think I want... Oh, thank you, pizza. I think I want like a... Nothing but goodness. That is also my hope. He's far too large here. I think it's the problem. Wow, Jinx. Thanks. Back in my day, people used to be nice when wishing their friends a happy birthday. But now all the young kids out here with their cruelty. Here. Just that meme of the, alright grandma, let's get you to bed. Turning 20, nice. Congrats. Oh, I think I know how I want to do this. Let's do it like this. Let's foreshorten. Because that's always a wonderful idea. Sort of like this, sort of like that. Turned 30 in September. Cool. I don't know if it's just from the like 100% all the time drawing, but I received immediate back pain upon reaching 30. Let's go with that. And I'll put this a little lower here. Something like that. $27 in sciatica. Oh no. Lionel. Lionel? I'm never quite sure. I am doing well. I hope that you are also doing well. Okay, I need to, like, do a thing here. Let's start with this. We'll say it's kind of like here. And that one comes up a little higher. Actually, let's go with like here. It's true, Maximus. The march of time stops for no one. One day we shall all wither and die. Such is the way of the world. You just gotta try and enjoy it while you can. Let's go with like this kind of shape. YOLO indeed. Years start coming and they don't stop coming, as they say. Something about hitting the ground running or something. I'm gonna have him look down. 19 in 2 weeks. We've got so much time. Let's go with like here. And it's probably like here, like that. Oh wait, I forgot to turn the thing off. I was drawing with my finger earlier because I had to wait for my pen to charge. While picking out color palettes.
You're gonna make one swell bear.
I forgot to turn it off. Ah! Bearded bald guy. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope that you're doing well. Let's give it like here and then like here. Procreate, please. Ugh. Sometimes Procreate doesn't like me. I hung out with some friends to celebrate. They came to town and we all had fun times. I think I'm gonna move this a little this way some. Oh, I'm glad you like the stickers. They're very fun. I have to make more, actually. Someday. I need to make new emotes for here, so that'll probably be my motivation to make some new stickers at some point. Rico, hello! Good to be back. It is the first one, Maximus. Gotta draw our sweet boys. I think I can probably move this. Oops. Like this way some. Don't quite like this. Let's try that again. Step 1, draw a potato. So this probably does need to come a little further this way. Step 2 is trying to figure out how faces work.
The birds.
Ah!
They just birded a man.
Ah! Ah! Steven! Thank you. Raiders, hello. Welcome. I'm drawing. I do that on here sometimes. And I haven't done it in quite a while. So welcome. I'm like remembering how streams work. And also drawing. But I hope you're all doing well. Friendly Raiders.
You're gonna make one swell bear.
Steven, thank you for the follow as well. So kind. Alright, so I need like that kind of shape. The crazy bread lilt? I don't know what that means. But thank you? up and down in inflection. I'm not sure how that's different from how everyone talks. Doesn't everyone just speak with inflection? Is there like some specific about this that I'm not aware of? The crazy bread. I legitimately do not remember what the crazy bread is. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. This needs to come over this one. This way. Got our big heart here. That there. Which one would be into musicals? Felix. Felix would probably be into musicals. Can't get this shape quite right. I think I need to think of it more like this. We're drawing them in the water because I don't feel like drawing feet. That's a pro tip for you guys. But also, like, not at all a pro tip. The actual pro tip would be for me to figure out how to draw it and then draw it. That's the real thing you're supposed to do, but I'm rusty. I haven't drawn in 2 whole days. Cut me some slack. Oh wait, this can't be his shirt because he doesn't have sleeves on his shirts. That should be better. And we'll give it a little bit of water here. I haven't gotten to it yet, but this entire drawing was just an excuse to draw the patterns I want to draw for their swimsuits. And I'm like very excited to get to it. Tank is quite bold in general. He's become more bold as they've gotten to know each other, I suppose. Because the last time he tried something like this, Jesse chased him down a street. His hand needs to be smaller, but his arm needs to be bigger. Whose bright idea was it to foreshorten this? How dare they? He was laughing a lot. It was pretty funny. I think that's fine. We want this to come up a little more like that, I think. I think I'm gonna have him go that way with his eyes instead. And we need some sand dunes. Foreshortening. It's true. Let's just go with like very generic. These are trees, I promise. Or they will be soon. Okay. I think that works. Part of me doesn't want to do the background. But I will. I must. I keep thinking I should be looking at the clock and like worrying about what time it is. I'm free from this burden. And yet I cannot escape it. Also, my headset's apparently dying. Oh no. I have to plug it in. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, Grumpy Pizza. We can stream as long as we want. We can stay up as late as we wanna. It's over. Hello. I've been alright. How are you? I've actually been quite tired for about 3 weeks. But other than that, it's been fine. What? Actually, I hate this cloud shape. And since it's the only thing on that layer, I'm just gonna start again. This is fine. I did get to play TKO with my friends when they were here to visit over the weekend, which just reminded me how much I love the aesthetic of that game. I should just buy that game for the sake of having it at some point in my life. I feel like I wouldn't play it very often, but all of the little dudes are just super cool. I have a t-shirt of them, not of like a generated in the game kind of shirt, but a shirt from a place that makes shirts about that game. Well, about games in general, but the shirt that I have is about that game specifically. You know what I mean. You get it. You're smart. You understand. I'm just gonna scribble in these background trees because they're just background trees. And it's not that important. Been busy and you finally have days off? Nice. Days off are good. Although I'm bad at taking days off. I was gonna actually take some days off in like a couple of weeks to go hang out with other friends. But then the plans fell through. So now I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with these days that I have. I ended up not taking the days. I was like, maybe I'll come up with a good use for these later. Cross-country tour of the boys. I feel like going on a cross-country road trip would be really fun, but I wouldn't want to do it alone. I feel like that would be more stressful than anything. I want my own Final Fantasy 15 moment, where it's just me and the homies rocking out to Florence and the Machine. Brokerade, please. What are you doing? Respond to my fingers. Oh, maybe it's just my iPad. Oh no. Or maybe it's my fingers. Ah, even worse. Scribbling background trees. And I'm actually gonna do one more that's just like tree shape. Just like tree line shape, you know? Yeah, Florence and the Machine. Great music, first of all, and second of all, they did that cover, or she did that cover of Stand By Me for Final Fantasy 15. It's very good. That's where that joke came from, if anyone's trying to follow my train of thought here. It's very good. I do always recommend listening to it. Never a bad time. I should put this up here while I'm doing this background stuff. I'll put this on multiply to make sure I can see it. Oops. There was a tweet that I saw the other day that I still keep thinking about. About Florence and the Machine. It was just a picture of someone's like shower, and they had a tambourine in it and said, "This is just for when Florence and the Machine comes on shuffle while I'm in here." And I was like, oh man, I gotta listen to some Florence and the Machine now. And then I did, and then I realized how many songs have a tambourine in them. Which is a thing I didn't really realize before. Random, hello. Welcome. How you been? How's the dating sim going? Have you started it yet? I don't remember what colors I want to use here. I think I want, I think I just want like midday. Oh no, not that. One game to play first. Nice, nice, nice. I think I put this on like overlay. That's a little better. gonna try that again, but with another layer on top of everything. That might be okay. We'll see. I can always change it later. Let's try this color. I wish I could listen to some Florence and the Machine right now, but then Twitch will get mad at me. So let's not. Although I saw a thing that they did where they got like some kind of permission from like some music label or something for something. I don't know. It was apparently important and music related to stuff on Twitch, but like I've just been so dead for the past 3 weeks that I was like, I'll care about this some other time. Favorite genre? I'm quite bad at identifying genres of music. I just kind of like what I like, and I don't fully know how to articulate what that is. Like 90% of the time. So unfortunately, this is a very bad question for me. I want this cooler. No, I don't. I want this warm. I lied. Yeah, that's fine. So that's all those. We'll put this as this in the background. I lied. No, we won't. We'll use this color instead. And since it's way back there, we're going to add a little bit of transparency to it. Gonna fill in this layer, and then this layer. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem later. Hold on one second also. I have a heater on in here and it's like 8 billion degrees now. Hold on. I forgot my headset's still plugged into my computer. Hold on. I'm almost here. There we go. I'm back. Hopefully, it does not become 2 degrees in here now that my heater is off. It feels like one of those, if it's not on, it's cold, and if it's off, or if it's off, it's cold, and if it's on, it's too hot. That's what I mean. It's actually not even that cold. It's only like 26 degrees, but it's like colder in my room. It feels like. Because my room is poorly insulated. Let's give it this color. I'm just kind of trying to stay within the palette that I'm using right now. So the colors may not be like the most accurate. But I know that they'll at least be like cohesive. For the most part. Ugh, I hate this heater. It's like a kerosene heater, so now it smells very bad in here. Resisting the urge to open a window and completely undo all the heat that I've received. Okay, so now we can hop back to these kind of colors. Let's grab this skin tone color. Ironically, Kai has a very sandy beach skin tone color, which makes it a little bit difficult and slightly annoying that he's the one that's on the beach more than anyone else. But oh well. Okay. So for now, this is what we're working with for our background. Actually, I need to make a water thingy. Something like that. And I need it to be greener. $55 is pretty nice. That's like some prime sweater weather. Let's try this color, I guess. No. This is also not the color I want. But it'll be fine for now. How was my day off? It was pretty good. It was like very tiring though. So I took an extra day off because I was like, this is just basically not a day off. Because the only reason I felt like I didn't draw was because I was driving people around all day. But I refuse to let people drive when they come to visit because this city's a nightmare. Too many on-ramps and off-ramps and bridges and things. Plus construction like 100% of the time. Drive people every day for 7 years? That sounds like a lot. Unless you're like a cab driver or something. In which case, I guess it's not the end of the world, but... Pork. Hello. I am well, how are you? Okay. Let us now draw some friends and their shenanigans. Let's start with this thing that's far in the back, though. Oh. This tank top flowing in the wind has very plastic bag energy. And I'm okay with it, to be honest. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag, etc., etc.? Yes. Uh, Drifting through the wind, indeed. That seems fine. Good enough. Huh? I agree with you both. Life is a constant struggle, from which there is no escape. Only the cold embrace of death, and nobody likes that. Report back from beyond the grave. Spooky ghost reviews. Oh no. So spooky. So haunted. Is that like the regular kind of reviews, but like you can only play cursed games? Spooky afterlife reviews. Well, now it sounds like you're reviewing various afterlives, which is also interesting. Alright, I need to just make this eraser not so big. Get struck by a meteor, sucked into the earth. I mean, that's fair. That's true. There used to be a show on Spike TV called A Thousand Ways to Die. And the coolest one that, like, when I saw it, I was like, I would want this to be the way that I go, was one where a dude was just at a pool party and he got struck by a meteor and fell into the pool and died. And I was like, that would be cool to be like that dude. It's like the most memorable. Like, yes, morbid, yes, but also like so rad, right? Like, this rock came all the way from who knows how far just to be like, hey, this one guy in particular. I feel like doing, like, getting hit by a meteor like that, or like getting struck by lightning would probably be like the two coolest ways. Just because it's like a thing that can't really entirely be avoided. It just kind of like happens. And it's like some sort of like divine omen to be like, this person was too powerful and they must be stopped. Like, I feel like that would be pretty cool. You get to hang out with all the ghosts and be like, yeah, I was just too strong, so they got rid of me. I was OP and the devs needed to nerf. I also always think of that show whenever it's like the holidays or whatever. And I think about the time where it was like 4th of July or something, and a bunch of people would like shoot their guns straight up into the air, but then one of the bullets came back down and like hit a person in the skull and they died. I think about that a lot also. Because I'm certain that that still occurs. But again, yes, morbid, yes. So apologies if that's like not your thing. I'm slightly desensitized to it because I took an anthropology class once that had to do with like how people deal with like grief and death in their cultures. It was one of those things where like I had to take some sort of class as a gen ed. And I was like, maybe this will make some inspirational fodder for the actual classes I'm here to take. And it turned out to be like kind of super interesting. But also the professor was this like very happy girl. So it was like extra creepy. But like, I get it. Like that thing of like where when you see bad stuff all the time, you can't help but be super happy because you are always excited about all the little things. Like that kind of character personality. She had that vibe. It's illegal to have your guns out in public? Man, must be nice. Couldn't be me. I live in a capitalist nightmare from which there is no escape, except like moving or something. I need to get like my passport renewed. It expired in all of the lockdown stuff. And I was like, I can't go get it renewed because I can't leave the house. There's a whole plague happening. But now I probably could go get it. But I think I have to like start the whole process from scratch because it expired, which is very unfortunate. Where's my first destination? Honestly, I don't know. I kind of just want to have it for the sake of like having it because it takes so long to obtain. So you just like never know when you'll need it. But Toronto was fun, so maybe I'll go there because it's not super far. I mean, it's pretty far, but it's like drivable. Montreal. I'm not confident enough in my French for Montreal. Montreal. Or is it Quebec that is like the more French place? I just assumed they were both pretty French most of the time. Also, rambling that's about like actually drawing for a sec. I've started to draw his glasses differently. More in like the cartoon anime style where you only draw like the bottom of the frame and not the top of it. Just because it gives me more room to make his eyes a little more expressive without having the glasses get in the way. Which I assume is the reason for those to be like that in the first place for most cartoons and stuff. But I don't know if anyone has noticed, but if you have, that is why. It makes for goofy faces more easily. Don't know any French and you had a fine time? Well, that's good. I know a tiny bit of French. Like just enough to know that I have no idea what I'm saying. But I could like kind of sort of make out what they were talking about a little bit. Basically just enough to know when I'm being called a stupid American who doesn't speak any other language, which is accurate. But it's nice to know when you're being offended. Or insulted, I should say. Because being offended is like a thing you control. Omelette du fromage. Indeed. He has one little spike that is like right here. I guess that's fine. Good enough. I guess that's fine. See you later, random. Have a wonderful night. what that only do. Oh boy. Say it again, Dexter. Say it again. That's too close to his hair. Ah. I'm trying not to be super, like, precious about these lines as well. I've come to realize that, like, super perfect line art doesn't seem to be the thing that people care about. Even though it bothers me when my line art, like, I'll see a thing and be like, oh, I need to fix that. But 9 times out of 10, like, the ones that I spend forever, like, fixing are not the ones that, like, seem to actually be the ones people care about. So, pro tip for all of you out there who like drawing things, I guess. The algorithm does what it wants. So, sometimes you're gonna spend a lot of time and effort on a thing, and it'll seem like nobody cares. And then you'll, like, do a very quick thing, and then suddenly everyone's like, this is the greatest thing you've ever done in your life. So be prepared for that, I suppose. It is inevitable, as far as I understand it. Honestly, I think it applies to anything creative, Jinx. I, like, shifted in my seat and saw my reflection change and shimmer off of my laptop behind me and thought something was not right. I was like, I thought I turned off my heater. There shouldn't be anything on fire. There was not. It was just my reflection. Ah. Brought snacks to the beach? Maybe. Probably not. They live in a beach town, so they're not ever too far away from food when they go to a beach. got a nice little cooler. We'll say that they do, and that it's just out of frame so that I don't have to draw it. But you guys will know it's there. Oh, I didn't draw out the rest of his face. Whoops. Felix is the one who is prepared with the cooler usually, yes. Drawing these shorts is just making me want to draw the pattern on the shorts. But we must wait. Can't put the cart before the horse, as they say. Mm-mm. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Alright, I have this whole background that's there. He may. I don't know. That remains to be seen. The other thing I realized too, about not having to be like, I need this done by midnight, is that now I can just like play games and stuff and not have to worry about it. Or I can start a drawing at like 2 in the morning and not feel bad. Because there's sometimes when I'll like not have anywhere to be the following day, and I'll just kind of like wake up or be up still and be like, I want to draw something, but it's too early in the day. Like it's 2 a.m., so it technically counts as the like following day for the drawing. So I have to wait, probably. But now I don't have that problem. Now I can just do it. How liberating, how wonderful, how delightful. Additional back pain shall be imminent, I'm sure. So that's all those. These are a little bit smaller. That's not terribly inaccurate, Rico. I think I might have put a line in that Halloween comic when Tank and Roz first met. If not, I meant to, and just probably didn't have time. Where he was like, oh, so you're the one that he's always talking about, kind of thing. Like that kind of vibe. I think I just kind of put it in as like, oh, you're Tank. You're that one. I was like, ah, yes. He is the one that Jesse rambles about while playing online games. Oh yeah, I guess that leads to a good question that I had. Now that I have all this additional time, I would like to make some like longer comics that I have not been able to do due to a lack of time. So, my question is this. I have a story that I had been wanting to do for some time. Should I do that story, or should I do it chronologically and be like, here's how they met, here is all of the characters getting to know each other? Because part of me wants to just do like the now, quote unquote, storyline, and then I can always go back with like flashbacks or whatever and be like, here is how these people met and what their general vibe was at the beginning. And I can just do whatever. It's not going to be like a singular constant story. It'll probably be like a series of vignettes, I guess. I'll take all. I mean, I would like to do all at some point. The question is, which one should I start with? Oh, we need blushy lines. Yeah, sure. This is all that boy. This is all that other boy. Okay, so let's do that first, I guess. Oh, actually, let me do this first. This color seems fine. I want this to be slightly lighter, so it's further back. Jesse is constantly blushing. His face is red like 100% of the time, either due to embarrassment or rage. Yeah, Grumpy, that's like the plan. If I don't do the origin story first, is it'll be like a flashback situation. Tizzle, hello. It's true, I live. I'm here, I'm extant. We're doing it. It's happening. I think I'll use this as the shadow color. Use the Infinity Stone to bring me back. It's been 5 years. Everything's different now. But not a single day has changed for me. Whoa. What has happened here? I guess this would all be like that. This would probably be like this. The Corial L'Oreal. I should start naming these so I don't get confused. Okay, so let's start here with that, and here with that. And then I'm going to turn that off so I can see what I'm doing. Kai and Roz are very fun swim friends. Since all the tank stuff is going to be below Jesse, I may as well just completely hide all of these shapes behind Jesse. It's so small. Put him on one of those baby harnesses. Oh my goodness. I should do that. Put him in a little baby Bjorn. He'd be so mad about it. Actually, he'd probably be okay with it. If it was Jesse, he would be very mad. But I think Roz is okay with his shortness. He's comfortable in his small king status. We love a short king, as they say. Give him boba and he'll be chill. You're probably right. I've only had it like once, Maximus, but it's pretty good. Yeah, Roz is definitely, like his frustration about learning to swim comes from the fact that he's not catching it as well as he would like to be. And Kai's kind of doing his best to encourage him, but yeah, it's something. I need to fix this line before it bothers me for infinity hours. I think I'll save the short patterns for last, because I've been looking forward to them so much. I know I said I'd be able to like wait until midnight or past midnight, but old habits die hard and I keep checking the clock. But it is already like only 10, so I think I'm just kind of moving fast. I don't think I'll end up wanting to do like a terrible amount of detail for this afterwards, but you never know, you know? Yeah, he's excited that Roz wants to do it, because he is such a fan of the water in general, that he's just always an advocate for people wanting to swim and things. Once he teaches Roz to swim, he's gonna try and teach him how to surf. Who knows how well it'll go, though. I would assume not very well, to be honest. Yeah, we're gonna stop. We'll come back to it. Because I want to save the patterns for the end. This one is not a clipping mask, actually. Roz on a boogie board would be fun. Alien fish. Oh no. Jack Raiden, hello. Welcome. He knows they're out there. He knows all about the spooky water-based cryptids, I guess. That's like his whole deal. Meaty guy, hello. I'm using an iPad Pro from like 2017, and I'm drawing on Procreate. It's my favorite drawing program because I like the UI more than other drawing programs, basically. But if you don't have an iPad, my usual recommendation is Clip Studio Paint, as it is probably the most powerful that I've seen. If like just straight drawing is what you're trying to do. And also it doesn't involve a stupid overpriced monthly subscription like Photoshop has. I think there is a subscription for Clip Studio Paint if you want it on like mobile. Like if I tried to get it on my iPad, I'd have to pay a subscription or something. But you can get it for a PC, like for your desktop, for just like a flat price, which is cool and good. Roz was not one of the ones Naruto running at Area 51 because he knew it was just not going to work. But he was there, waiting for something to happen. He just didn't do the Naruto run part. But yes, I agree. The UI on Procreate's very good and easy. It's easy on the eyes. My main problem with the UI for most other drawing programs is when you're using a tablet like the one that I have, it feels so much more claustrophobic because of how much space the UI takes up. And in Procreate, that's very minimal. So it feels like you are drawing on most of the screen. And you're not constantly digging around in menus for things that you want to do. There are plenty of menus though, don't get me wrong. I almost never touch anything related to custom brush things, but some people super love them. And more power to those people, but I am not one of them. But yes, Adobe is mega gross for their billing practices. Their programs are good, but I just hate that they are so expensive and require so many things of you. It's such a huge pain. I have them for work primarily, and there have been times where the Wi-Fi in my office was out and I couldn't do any work because it had to connect to the internet to authenticate that I had a subscription. So it was you can't. And I was well, I guess I'm not working today then, and I'll just go home. But they were no. So I had to use my phone as a hotspot, and it made me sad. Yeah, Clip Studio Paint unfortunately has the worst UI of all the drawing programs I've used. Even if it is the most powerful one, it's always just such a hassle. It feels like Ah. Get out of here. Get some rest, Jinx. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful sleep and delightful dreams. I think I want these to be this color because they are under the blushy layer, so they will become less defined. Or less, like, contrasty. They'll stand out less. That's what I mean to say. You get it. But yes, I agree, Rico. It's a lot. There have been multiple times where I'm like, I need to learn this program because it's good, but every time I try, I'm like, I don't like looking at this and I don't want to use it. So I'm just going to use Procreate. What am I using as a reference? Nothing. No reference for this one today. So if there's any weird proportions, that's probably why. I should have flipped the canvas more. I'm afraid to do it now because I know if I do, I'll be like, oh no, this looks bad. And I don't want to go and fix it at this point. I should have done it sooner while I was like in the sketch phase. I forgot that this is a clipping mask, so I can color outside the lines if I want. I want his shirt to be this color. I've decided. What is this from? It is from here. I'm so excited about the patterns for these shorts. It's not an original thing, but they do match a little bit, kind of. And I think that's what is like exciting about it. Some of you guys are going to see it and you're going to be like, "Aw." And then I'll be like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Ah. No. Not undo. Undo bad. Short type. I may have to like fiddle with the colors though, unfortunately. To make it fit the palette a little more. Okay, I think we're about there. I'm just gonna add a little more blush to his face. Whose should I do first? Should I do Tank's shorts first, or should I do Jesse's shorts first? Vote now. Call in to American Idol at whatever their phone number used to be. That wasn't quite what I wanted, but also it's kind of funny, so maybe let's actually do that. But like not quite so severe. A resounding tank. Okay. It will be tank then. Okay. So that's there. Let's do this boy now. Gotta grab that color palette that I was using. He's got extra blush this time. I think part of me is excited about these because the patterns are just fun in general also. I just think they're neat, you know? You're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about in like 2 minutes. Well, some of you will. Some of you will probably still not have any idea. It depends on your affinity for certain things in pop culture, I suppose. Want to see him angry? He doesn't usually get angry. It's not like his vibe. If he does become angry, though, you will have reason to be very afraid. Like, things would have to go quite bad for him to get very angry. But Tank is one of those, like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed types, you know? Haha. I knew someone would get it, like, right away. So you can probably figure out what Jesse's is gonna be. I just like his little Doritos. He's got little Dorito patterns. It's great. I have no idea who some of these characters are. I don't read. So if they're like later people, I have no idea who you're talking about. But also I'm bad with names in general. I usually give characters nicknames until I can remember what their actual name is. How far have I watched? I'm caught up. Also, side note, I like when they were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be all about this one entertainment district this season. I was like, that seems like it's gonna be a lot of padding for time. But here we are, and I'm like, wow, they really did a whole season here with just this one little thing. Because it's a lot that happens. Oh, that guy from the train. Okay. I knew the name was kind of familiar. I was like, I feel like I should know who this is. I'm going to make this bigger because it's taking long. Are all of his little Doritos like pointing up? I don't remember. I don't think they are. So I'm going to assume that they're not. Felix says Inosuke. Yeah, all those animators out there are like crazy amazing. I have so much respect. Oh, that's gonna end poorly for me. Apparently not, never mind. Plus, like, not only are they very good, but they are also like because they're so good, they also have the ire of internet fans. Which means not only are they like amazing, but they're also probably harassed online for no reason, which is very unfortunate. This is gonna end bad. Yep. Saw that one coming. Knew it was happening. I'm debating on if I want to give these outlines or not. They usually have them, but I'm never sure if that's like a matter of necessity. I think I'll outline them with the darker color of the orange and just kind of see what happens with that. I suppose if I'm outlining them, I really didn't have to spend so much time making sure that these were like pointy and straight. But oh well. You live and you learn. Super fine lines on the Doritos. Yeah, usually. But I'm never sure, like I said, if it's just like, if it's like meant to be that way, or if it's that way because it's not usually in color. So the lines signify that they're like there and, you know, make them easier to see when you don't have a color to distinguish the shapes. So I'm not sure if I need to be outlining these, but I'm gonna. Just 'cause. I guess it'll also kind of help to define like where the folds are. Because if it's a shape that's like folded over, it won't receive an outline, you know? Like this over here. It only gets outlined along the edges, but not if the shape itself is folded over something. I don't know, maybe it'll be cool. We'll find out here in a second. Once I kind of finish all these lines. But yes, I am enjoying the current arc so far. My boy Zinni doing big things. I always love to see that. Always a good time when he does things. I kind of like this for outline, actually. It's like enough that it's like defining the shape, but not so much that it becomes like super noticeable like the other outlines, you know? I'm kind of here for it. If I ever for some reason feel the desire to do this ridiculous decision again, this will be the way that I have to go about doing it, I'm sure. Yeah. Let's just see. Let's get a comparison in here. It's subtle, but it definitely does help with the visibility. So that's cool. That's good to know. Now time for the other boy. Demon Slayer swim shorts would actually be pretty lit. I'd get some. Especially if they had the Doritos. Two scenes in particular? Well, I'm looking forward to those, whatever they are, but don't tell me. Ah. This is going to give me a slightly imperfect pattern, I believe, but it'll be good enough that you can tell what it is, so that's fine. But we're going to run into a problem that, like, fledgling creators who build things might run into, which is to say, not accounting for the width of the line itself. So these might be a little weird looking for some of these squares. Like they may not line up exactly the way that you would expect them to. But I don't have time to be out here adjusting things by a millimeter or whatever. I suppose I have the time, I just don't have the patience. I can't rely on not having the time anymore, unfortunately. Adept, hello. You had classes, but now you're free. Congratulations. I'm glad that you're free. I'm glad that you've escaped. Oh wait, that's not this. That's another thing entirely. Just got the earrings. No. He's very particular about his earrings. Yeah, I may have to adjust this color slightly. Just so you're able to kind of like see it. You haven't seen the stream in ages because I haven't been able to stream in ages. I haven't been able to stream in like almost a month because I've been working late pretty much every day for that amount of time. But we're finally past all that, and I'm here now to do stream things, I guess. Well, that's not bad. Maybe I'll lower this a little bit. And I'll grab this color. Hope the money is good. Same. Probably not as good as I would like it to be, but you know. It is what it is, I guess. I also need... just a little bit of shine for his glasses. Normally I would do this on a separate layer, but like a separate thing above all the other stuff, but we can't really do that. These are our flat color layers, so we're going to call that the flat group. No. Yes. Actually. No. That's what we want. Okay. He's attempting to, yes. Jesse has always been embarrassed about swimming without a shirt on, and Tank is trying to convince him that he has nothing to worry about. Tank's just trying to make him feel better about himself, you know? But Jesse's easily embarrassed. So what can you do? Why is... oh, no. I accidentally didn't duplicate my background layers. And they got merged into just one big thing. But that's what the undo button is for. Okay, so now we can go and adjust these colors. Actually, let's try that and see what happens. I don't hate it. It's not the greatest. But it's also not the worst. I forgot to do that other thing. guess. What I'm currently trying to do is just sort of unify all the colors a little bit more right now before I start making any like bigger adjustments to these. Which is what I will likely do on this layer. Oh, I forgot about the other thing. Let's do that now, I suppose. Just kind of drawing like where the rest of his leg would be, I guess. So we don't want it to get like too far outside of the general shape of the leg here. And we'll just kind of turn it down. Oops, I don't need that actually. I need this to be down here though. So we want this. And we want this. And we want another one like here. Ah. Something like that. So many Kai hugs. Sorry, I was kind of focused on what I was doing and wasn't really reading the chat. Ah. Oh. Gotta stretch. This would normally be the part where I'm like slightly stressing and trying to figure out like which of the next 4 steps that I have in my head I want to do, but in this particular instance, I don't really have any additional steps in mind. So I may actually just be done before midnight, even though I don't need to be. I just love these little Doritos. They're so fun. I just think they're neat. decided it would be easier to just put the water where it would probably actually go. So far, it has proven to be easier, like I thought it might be. Good night, Maximus. Sleep well. Have a wonderful evening. Have some delightful dreams. And thank you for stopping by. I think the only additional step that I might do is like a reflection of the light from the water. But I'm kind of intentionally not wanting to do too much here. Because A, I'm lazy, and B, I don't want to belabor this too much, you know? Just want it to be a quick little fun thing. Sometimes doing the shading is like very relaxing, and other times it's a huge pain in the butt. This is one of those relaxing times though. Just kind of taking it easy. Try not to care too much about it, you know? The more you care, the more stressful it gets. And the more stressed out you get, the harder it is to do. We're nearly there. I can feel it. Maybe I should have drawn a Roz thing for like Lunar New Year or something. Happy Lunar New Year, by the way, to anyone out there who's doing Lunar New Year stuff. But I just kind of had the thought, because he's the only one with like tiger stripes. Might be fun. Because it's the year of the tiger and everything, you know. $1 million expression. Oh, this one right here. It's very fun. He's an embarrassed boy. But he'll be alright. Oh yeah, that reminds me. A thing that I did manage to start doing in the like few hours that I had to rest and recover while working crazy long, that I'd been meaning to talk about forever but never got around to talking about. I finally started watching Ted Lasso. The Apple show, about a coach. And man, there was like a meme going around not super long ago about like show a fictional character that has the same energy as your OC. And if you've never seen Ted Lasso but want to know what Tank's energy is, watch Ted Lasso. Because he's the most Tank character. Like the first episode or so, when I was watching it, I was like, oh my goodness. It's him. It's the boy. I'd been hearing that it was good, but I'd never gotten around to actually watching it. So I was like, I guess I'll finally watch it. I have a free trial of this for some amount of time, so I may as well watch something with it. Ted Lasso, I did say that, yes, Silver. It's like very good. Like I kind of went into it being like, yeah, people are saying it's good, so that means it's probably alright. But I like it a lot, actually. It's so like wholesome and pleasant. So if you're looking for something with like some good vibes to watch, that is my recommendation. It's an Apple TV Plus show, which is like the most annoying, but unfortunately that's, as far as I'm aware, the only place you can watch it. That show and like one other show that's on there are like the only two shows that I ever see people talking about for as far as that platform is concerned. Of like, oh yeah, if you have this platform, you need to watch this thing. But it's usually Ted Lasso and a show called See. SEE. That I believe has Jason Momoa in it. I'm not sure if that's the reason that people are always telling me to watch it, or if it's just good. You can never tell with the Jason Momoa fans. Or Jason Mimosa, as one of my friends likes to call him. Haven't started season 2. Is it good? Or is it just like Jason Momoa doing things? In like as few spoilery ways as you can mention it, I suppose. Because Station 11 is over and I'm sad, so I need to find something else to watch. Which, I don't know if I was around on stream for when that ended, but that is also an incredible show. Part of the reason that I even really started using my like Apple TV Plus free subscription that I didn't intend to use was because of Station 11. It's got a lot of like, it's not on there, I should mention. It's on HBO. But it has a lot of references to Shakespeare. And like right when I finished it, they had that like Denzel Washington plays Macbeth on the Apple thing. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll check that out. Since I just got done watching a whole thing about Shakespeare stuff. But yeah, that was also pretty good. We love a good Shakespeare. Morning show. Wait, everyone's toxic in the morning show thing or in C? Morning show? Gotcha. So this one I think is meant to be color dodge, I think is what I usually go with. And I just kind of want to soften these ones here on the knees especially. It's just meant to give like a little bit of extra depth, you know? Also, I forgot that this whole leg would be in shadow. Yeah. That seems about right. I guess I could do some shines. May as well. We've got the time. too much. I'm definitely forgetting some things as far as the shading is concerned. And I'm debating on if I want to actually go back and fix them or not. I guess I probably should, because I'm aware of them, so it will bother me eventually to be like, oh, I could have fixed that, but I didn't for some reason. But also, I don't wanna. You know? Sometimes you just don't wanna. I will do what I must. I guess that's fine. Yeah, good enough. Let's see if this works. I think it might. Ah. Just kind of want to add a little more dimension to the background here. I'm going to do that with simple shadow shapes. Dang. I thought I had it. I did not. Yeah. Good enough. I think that'll be it for this one. Wait. I still need to bit more finishing stuff. Nope. Something like that, I guess. Now I can group everything. And we're gonna flatten that all again. And we're basically just doing what we did with the background earlier, only now we actually have more values to work with, so these gradient maps will actually kind of start to do something. Before they were mostly just unifying all the colors together. I'm just kind of slapping a whole lot of overlay things on top of one another. Sometimes it does really neat stuff. Something like that is fine. So now I can group all of those together. And put this group inside of this other group. And we'll grab this line layer color thing. Where do I want to put my name? I'll put it up here.
The birds! They just birded
Ah, Lex. Raiders, hello and welcome. You got here like at the end, unfortunately. But yeah, we've been drawing. This is what we done drew. Look at these happy friends. I guess I can... Oh no, I've reached the maximum layers. That's unfortunate. How I do this? Nope, we don't want to do that. Definitely not that. And probably not that one. Which really only leaves, like, the background. So. There we go. So now that everything's flat, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna delete a little pixel from this layer here. So I can save it as a PNG and not have Twitter destroy my compression. But yeah. We got a friend trying to convince another friend that it's okay to not wear a shirt. Because, you know, he should be comfortable in his own skin. We got a supportive friend over here. I was mostly just excited to draw their shorts. And then we had a whole, like, thing come of it. A whole wholesome story. But yeah, so I guess this is the end for this stream. Now that I'm no longer bound to stop at midnight, these might start to get a little more long and casual as time goes on and as I get a little more used to not having to be done by midnight. But apparently I went fast enough tonight that it wouldn't have mattered either way. Which is pretty unfortunate, but what can you do, you know? Thank you for all of the raiders who have appeared, and hello. I'm sorry that this is the end, but you know, yeah. I should be back again on, oh no, I should be back again.
One swell bear.
Soupy, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Oh, I guess I can plug this in while I'm talking. But, yeah, I should be back again on, like, Wednesday. Or something. Probably. Since I don't have to work 8,000 hours this week. So, hopefully, I'll be back soon to draw more things. And hang out with y'all. Because it's fun to hang out with you guys, you know? Yeah. So, this'll be the end for me. And I'll see you guys later. And for those of you who are new, you can see this drawing and many more like it on my Twitter and Instagram. I'm the same name in those places as well, if you are interested. But I'm not gonna like force you to follow me or whatever. I'm not your dad. You can do what you want, you know? Yeah. I guess that's it. I'm bad at ending my streams. That's a quality that I have. I tend to just ramble like I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna say goodbye and stop the stream now. Okay, goodbye. You're wonderful. Have a wonderful week. Do something nice for someone. Perhaps something wonderful will happen to you as a result, but that shouldn't be the reason you do a nice thing. Just do it for the sake of doing a nice thing. I promise it'll be great. It usually is when you do. I don't think there's anything else I usually say at the end of these. So, that's it for me. Good night. Bye-bye.